Today, I'm talking about one of my favorite things, Wicked. Yes, the Broadway musical, which I saw way before the movies, and now the two-part movie series. The green girl, the glitter, the friendship, the transformation, the feelings. Oh my goodness. We are diving into what Wicked teaches us. Not just about witches and magic, but emotions, labels, identity, perspective, and relationships that change us, and how to hold all of that with compassion. As I sat in the theater, I could hear the script for this episode writing itself. And that's okay, because it's okay to be affected by something in a big way. Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast where we explore the ups and downs of life and remind ourselves that whatever we're feeling, it's for a reason, and that's okay. I'm Lisa Renee Scott, your host and a passionate believer that every feeling matters and every step forward counts. Each week, we'll dive into real-life challenges, share relatable experiences, and uncover simple, actionable steps to help you navigate it all. So let's take a deep breath, lean in, and get started. If you have seen Wicked for Good, drop Wicked in the comments because that's what we are talking about. One of the biggest lessons in Wicked is this: the perspective shift. We think we know someone's story until we realize we only know the version that we're told. How many times in life have you been misunderstood, labeled, put in a box, judged before someone actually knew you? Elphaba? She was called Wicked her entire life, but she wasn't wicked. She was passionate. She was loyal. She was willing to stand up for what she believed in, even if no one else did. And Glinda? Well, she was prejudged too. Everyone assumed that she was bubbly, perfect, and polished. And for years, she carried that label because it was expected of her. But the story shows moments where she breaks out of that mold, shows vulnerability, courage, and friendship that no one expected. But she slipped back into the role everyone expected from her. This is an ongoing test, a push and a pull that reminds us how hard it can be to fully step in and fully live who we were created to be in all of the complexities. It takes practice and continued efforts. And while I was sitting there watching Elphaba stand in her truth and Glinda fall into what's expected of her, I felt a little tug. That reminder of every season in my own life where I've been misunderstood, mislabeled, or pressured to fit someone else's expectations. Maybe you've felt that too. That tension between who you truly are and who the world expects you to be. Maybe where you think, if people could just see my heart, know my story, my experiences, know me for who I am, before the rumors or judgments, maybe they'd understand me. That's why Wicked hits so deeply. It shines a light on the part of us that just wants to be seen accurately. Not perfectly, not flawless, just the truth of who we are. And it also turns the mirror back on us, because just like we've been misunderstood, we've also done that to others. We've put expectations on people. We've assumed we knew their heart, their motives, or their story before we really did. Sometimes we box people in without realizing it, and they're trying to break out of the labels we accidentally reinforced. Next up, emotions. Oh my goodness, can we talk about the emotions? Because that's the next lesson. It's the feelings aren't facts. They are signals. Elphaba felt everything. Anger, disappointment, hope, love, frustration, you name it. She carried the weight of wanting to be seen for who she really was. And let's be honest, we all feel that, right? Your feelings don't make you dramatic. Your feelings don't make you too much. Your feelings don't make you wicked. They make you aware. They are signals, little flashes of information that tell you to notice something. And Wicked teaches us that emotions that we try to hide are actually the ones that show us where our values are. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt something big and immediately judged yourself for it? What if, instead of shutting down your feelings, like so many people tell you to do, you paused and asked, what is this emotion trying to tell me about what matters to me right now? Because that's where the real growth happens, in the pause, not the push. If you're feeling something big today, it's a sign that something matters to you. And now let's talk about the for good part, because this is about where certain people walk into your life and change you forever. Some are like Glinda, bubbly, warm, unexpected, stretching us in new ways. And some are like Elphaba, deep, challenging, honest, transformative. Some stay, some don't. Some change, some shift. And guess what? We've all had a Glinda and we've all had an Elphaba in our lives. The friend who brought out your confidence and the friend who brought out your courage. And if you're listening and a specific face popped up into your mind, that's your sign that they help shape your story. Here's the key. Even if the relationship ends, even if the season shifts, even if life takes you in a different direction, the impact that they had on your life stays. And if you're grieving a connection or feeling gratitude for one, both can be true at the same time, because that's the magic. And here's my favorite takeaway. Give yourself permission to be both Glinda and Elphaba. You can be light and strength. You can be soft and fierce. You can be joyful and deeply emotional. You can sparkle and stand your ground. We spend so much of our lives thinking we need to pick a lane, be the bubbly one or the serious one, the strong one or the soft one. And Wicked reminds us that we're allowed to be both. We're allowed to be everything that we feel. And wherever you are in your becoming or unbecoming, take a breath. You're allowed to be a work in progress. I have 3 small doable steps that I want you to put into action this week. Number 1, and this is the main one. This is the one I talk about all the time, because if you don't name it, you can't frame it, you can't move from it, you can't take action from it. So number 1, name a label that you have carried that isn't yours. Write it down, then cross it out and say out loud, this doesn't define me. Labels stick when they are unchallenged. Naming and rejecting them is the first step to reclaiming your identity and healing the story that you've been carrying. Step number 2, notice an emotion that you've been putting aside. This one might be difficult because we've been trained to ignore our feelings our entire lives. So you may not even realize that you do it. You may have to sit with this one for a minute and think about it. Then, when you start to recognize a feeling that you've been pushing aside, ask this question. What is this telling me? Feelings are information, not your identity. Listening to them gives you insight into your boundaries, your needs, and your values. And it helps prevent resentment from building up. And number 3, think of someone who changed you for good. Even if they aren't in your life right now, send them a message, a quick text, a thank you, a Christmas card, a moment of acknowledgement. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be big, but gratitude strengthens your emotional intelligence and it reconnects you with meaningful relationships. It benefits both you and the other person. A simple acknowledgement can start a ripple into healing and connection. Wicked isn't just a show. It's a mirror A reminder that we are full of contradictions, complexity, feelings, and truth. A reminder that perspective shifts everything. And a reminder that the people who cross our paths shape us. If today you're feeling emotional, grateful, overwhelmed, inspired, or somewhere in between, pause, breathe, reflect. Notice your emotions. Acknowledge your relationships and embrace your complexity. You're learning, you're evolving. I see you in your story. It matters more than you might realize. Thanks for tuning into this episode of And That's Okay. I hope our conversation left you encouraged and equipped with practical steps that you can start using in your own life today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need this message. And if you're loving the podcast, you'll definitely want to grab my book, And That's Okay. It's available on Amazon or through my website. Just check the link in my bio or the captions of this episode. For daily inspiration, reflections, and more tools to support your growth, come connect with me on social media. I'd love to hear how you're applying these steps in your life. And before we wrap up, I want to remind you that I'm not a licensed doctor or therapist. I'm simply sharing experiences and insights that have helped me and others like me along the way. And remember, whatever you're feeling or going through, you have feelings, and that's okay.